Shouts out to my people. Shouts out to my people. Sending love, positivity, and good vibes to my people, man. I hope you guys are doing good today. I'm doing great today. You know, we getting right into it. So, Ohio State won the national championship. Shouts out to Ohio State. Born a Buckeye. How do you guys feel about the 12-team playoff? Me, I thought it was pretty dope. I think it really solidifies who's the best team because, you know, we all know one team can go undefeated. That don't mean they're the best. Another team could lose, you know, 1 or 2 games. That doesn't mean that, you know, they probably just had a bad game. You know, you're not going to win every single game, but that doesn't mean that you're not the best team. So, you know, I agree with the 12-team playoff bracket, but I would say I would dumb it down to like 8 or 6 because we have that bye week, and depending on how that bye week sits, you know, that could really help you or hurt you depending on, you know, who you're facing and how tough the competition is. So, you know, shouts out to Ohio State. I always will remember this national championship, especially the date, because, you know, minutes before, I think actually while the game was coming on, that's when I broke my leg. So, you know, I'll always remember 2025 Ohio State beating Notre Dame. I wanted to say Penn State. No, Ohio State beat Notre Dame, beat Texas, beat Oregon, solidified, and they spanked those teams. You know, especially Oregon, the undefeated team that everybody was hyping up the whole year that we lost to. You know, we got back on track. We figured out, you know, our pros and cons, put the right people in the situation, and I think the game was a blowout. It was like 41-20. So, you know, and it could have been a worse game than that. So, shouts out to Ohio State winning the national championship. The whole reason why I wanted to bring that up is because, you know, I broke my leg as we're coming on and winning the national championship. So it was like a bittersweet feeling, born Buckeyes. So, you know, definitely wanted to see them get the dub, but, you know, I was in a lot of pain, and even me stopping 75 hard and everything, you know, it was a bittersweet feeling. So, but shouts out to Ohio State, like I said, and I feel like we got many more to come. Many more to come, because this just shows, you know, I felt like the other brackets, you could lose a game. Now it's all dependent upon the team. How good is your team? We want to analyze how good you guys can come back from adversity and come together. You know, Ohio State lost to Oregon, they lost to Michigan, and if we were in the old school era of how we do it, you know, we wouldn't even been able, we would have went to a bowl game and probably spanked whoever in a bowl game, and that would have been the end of it. Now that we in the playoff bracket, you know, you can actually see, you can, you know, come back. Coaching has a play, you know, Ryan Day, if he didn't win this national championship, he probably was going to get fired because he's lost to Michigan, I want to say, the last 3, 4, or 5 years. And that is unheard of, especially, you know, for Ohio State and when it comes down to coaching. So this possibly saved Ryan Day from, you know, getting X'd out. You know, losing to Michigan is just as a big deal as winning a national championship. If you know, you know. So, shouts out to Ryan Day. Shouts out to all the Buckeyes. And, you know, hopefully we can come back and keep, you know, 2-peat, 3-peat, continue the legacy. So, I didn't like how Bow Wow tried to come and claim Ohio. I saw that he was probably a little drunk or whatever the case may be, but Bow Wow was talking real spicy. Like, he was the man of Ohio. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I think that he has that right, because Bow Wow was literally his light. He has probably been the biggest rap childhood star that has ever, like, who you gonna put next to him? Lil Romeo? You know, maybe Aaron Carter, somebody like that, but like somebody legit. Bow Wow was the biggest kid star. You could put Bow Wow's name up to, you know, the big dogs, Eminem, Nelly, a lot of the people doing this thing, and, you know, even people that was on his label. I remember The Brat. The Brat was hard, but Bow Wow was probably the biggest thing off of So Def. You know, he was signed to Jermaine Dupri. Snoop Dogg found him. So it was like he had a great push and backing when it came to, you know, his career. So, you know, whole reason why I wanted to bring it up is because if you from Ohio, especially, like, I'm an hour away from Columbus. So if you know, you know. And when we was growing up, we never heard Bow Wow really shots out to Columbus or Ohio. You know, he always wanted to make his thing known to be from Atlanta. And us as Ohioans, we always felt rejected by Bow Wow because we like, dang, bro, like, we know you from Ohio. We know you from Ohio. So now for you to be, you know, wait for them to win the national championship 20, 25, almost 30 years after you done blew up and had your, you know, shine, now you trying to claim Ohio. It's like, nah, dude. Nah, stay down in Atlanta with all those, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people from Ohio that I feel like, especially like me, it's like, it gives me like a weird taste in my mouth. Like, bruh, you had all that time to claim Ohio. You had all that time to, you know, put us on. But you wait until we become national champions to talk your talk. It's like, man, it's just kind of corny to me. So, but shouts out to Bow Wow. You know, he was literally the biggest kid star at that time. I would say, you know, it was a different era. And with that era, you know, depending on, you had to have that kind of like hard ball. You know, it wasn't no Drakes in the industry. It wasn't no Kanye West's. It wasn't the Backpack. It wasn't none of that. You know, this was before all of that. So I'll give him grace because I understand in the era he grew up in, he probably couldn't really, and, you know, he didn't probably have the resources. He knew Jermaine Dupri. He probably definitely lived in Atlanta. So now it's like, you know, now I'm trying to claim, shit, it's people, Boozy damn near doing it. Let's be real. Boozy from Louisiana. But now he had to move out his situation because a lot of times when you're famous and you're successful, a lot of the times people in your own city don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, Boozy moved to Atlanta. Now he dang near Atlanta everything. He going to the Atlanta games. He dang near Atlanta governor, politicians. That's how much he involved in the Atlanta scene. So, you know, I get it, but I'm just saying, like, for me being from Ohio, man, like, I feel like Bow Wow was such a big artist that if he shined light on Ohio, then he really, how he was talking, he really could be, so, like, people in the comments, I felt like, you know, a lot of people was like, nah, don't talk that shit now, bro. And that's how I felt. And I felt like if he really just put a spotlight on Ohio, we would respect him. Like, Ohioans is going to give you your credit when credit is due. Whether you labeled as corny, whether, you know, people always coming at you and you dang near viewed as a troll, you know, Ohioans, we going to back you. We going to keep it real. You know, ain't no faking the funk. There's too many real cities in Ohio. We got Toledo, we got Columbus, Akron, we got Cincinnati, we got Dayton, where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? We got a bunch of Youngstown. The list goes on and on. There's a lot of cities in Ohio that, you know, Cleveland. It's a lot of cities in Ohio that keep it and hold it down. So, you know, I felt like Bow Wow definitely should have did more to try to act like he was from Ohio, but obviously once we won the national championship, now he's claiming Ohio. So I got a few more topics I just wanted to talk to you guys about. This is basically going to be the new structure. Just talking about life was, my opinions. I want to know you guys' opinions. How you guys feel about Ohio State winning the national championship? Do you think they deserve it? How you guys feel about Bow Wow talking to Spicy's claiming Ohio and Columbus? But yeah, this is just laid back, just, chopping it up. And I'll get into, my goals, what I'm going to do and all that stuff in the back end. So we just chopping it up in the beginning, and then in the back end, more serious, hold you guys accountable, tell you guys what I got going on in my life. So another thing that I wanted to bring up, couples who share unhealthy habits like smoking or eating junk food get closer than those with healthier routines, a study says. One, where are these studies coming from? And two, I feel like that is kind of like, I feel like more couples indulge in unhealthy habits than couples that are, going to the gym, eating healthy. So I feel like off rip, this study is kind of biased because there's obviously going to be more people. So it's going to be harder to, and I think that, yeah, like I somewhat agree with it, because it's like, in the same sense, I feel like, the rare people that actually work out and, that brings them closer. What I'm really trying to say is I think it's not fair because there's more people that's doing negative, unhealthy things. So there's going to be more couples, and there's less couples that go to the gym, eat healthy, and, there might be one person that does that, but for two people to be on that page, like, yeah, I think it's going to be, the numbers are going to be higher for the unhealthy. But I think that that's just a numbers ratio thing. That's what I think. But I think, a couple that works out together, they stay together. More than anything, that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody that, they don't have to be a gym rat like me. They don't have to go to the gym every day. But, I would want somebody that I'm invested in, somebody that, I'm taking my time with and I'm trying to invest in. I want them to be able to invest in other things that's, positive. I don't want the person that I'm with, because I've been in this situation, I don't want the person I'm with to be, an alcoholic or, it could just be bad habits in general. It doesn't even have to be bad health habits. It could be, how they think, how they move, are they clean? Little stuff like that. I think that it's very rare to find two people that are on the same page. That's why like I said, I told myself I'm probably going to find my next relationship, the person I really want to date. I'm probably going to find that person in the gym, because, the gym shows you so much. You being dedicated, you being consistent, you being motivated, you having drive, you being able to be inspired and give inspiration. You being able to, self-love comes from going to the gym. And there's so many other things. So, I would want my partner to have those traits. But, I also, as long as they're good traits, they could be a gardener and grow vegetables and fruit. I think that is something that's positive, that because I want eventually to, get off the grid and grow my own food. And so, she might not work out, but if she does that, that could be a plus. I just don't want somebody that is a liability in my life and not an asset. I want somebody that's going to contribute, that's going to invest, because 9 times out of 10, when that woman invests, a lot of women get us men because they don't invest into the relationship. They take, and then once the end of the relationship comes, we over here looking stupid like, oh, why ain't you investing? Why ain't you giving? And it's like, y'all never built y'all relationship off of that. You have to build the relationship off of her contributing, or she's never going to contribute. You gotta, you know, you have to date somebody who's going to invest into the relationship, because when they don't come in the relationship investing, how can you be mad at them when they don't invest when you guys break up or when you leave? So, yeah, I think it is big for people to, work out, eat healthy, think positive. So yeah, I'm kind of getting on a rant, but that's my whole philosophy, and that's what I want. So, yeah, try to build healthy habits with your partner, because, I'm not gonna lie, if you taking drugs or you drinking, it's way easier to get attached to those unhealthy bonds. I was ranting a little bit, but you want to find somebody where you guys can build healthy bonds with, because that is going to sustain and that is going to last way longer. So, yeah, that's the study. The last thing I wanted to bring up is iPhones with TikTok are selling for up to $500K on eBay after news that TikTok won't return to the app stores until sold to a U.S. buyer. So, this doesn't make sense, because, you got your iCloud and your iCloud is attached to the password. So it's like, yeah, even though the app is on the phone, that actual app has to be, linked to somebody's account, somebody that already previous. It's not just like, that's what I think. I don't know. So, but shit, 50K, I got 2 phones, so I might, end up giving one away. And shit, is it worth it? Because then I feel like they could hack your original account, and then, it's all of what your purpose is on TikTok and what you're trying to do. But with me, I feel like at the end of the day, we probably made like 1,000, 2,000 for our first official year on TikTok. I feel like if you really chiseling and you do in just your lifespan, you gonna make so much money off of TikTok. And if you using the app right, you gonna make more than 50,000. So, it's our perspective. So last but not least, speaking on this broken ankle. So I broke my ankle right before the Ohio State game, the first day. Or, that night, I just sat down. I didn't know if it was sprained, fractured, or broken. But by the end of the night, I tried to step on it again. Worse pain. So, at that point, I knew something was very, very, very wrong. And I knew the chances of it being broken was probably high. So, I just, rested up that night, woke up in the morning. Try to go to urgent care. Urgent care said it's best to go to the emergency room. We went to the emergency room, and they told me that I got a broken foot. So, definitely going to take legal actions. Not going to get too deep into that one here, but my whole situation with my landlord was a nightmare. But at the end of the day, I'm not here. All I do is promote love, positivity, and good vibes. Regardless of who other people are and what other people do, you can't let that affect, who you are, your morals, your character, your values. So, we're going to handle that situation when we get there. But for the most part, I'm locked in and focusing on my perspective of my life and trying to flip it to a positive perspective. And what we're going to do is, is just double down, more content. I'm going to be making more videos on my other page. I got Banana on TikTok yesterday, but, just stay consistent with that brand and just really lock in on, what I want to do and what I want to contribute to the world. So, yeah, minor setbacks for a major comeback. And today, I'm going to upload my videos. I'm drinking my water, and I'm going to work out. Today's my first day. I'm going to work out. First couple days, it's kind of bummed out, just trying to rest, recover. Your body needs that, especially when you have a broken ligament, a leg. You got to rest. But more than anything, you can't let that rest become your comfort zone. So, I rest all day yesterday. Did I go to the doctor yesterday? So no, I rest all day 2 days ago. Then I rest yesterday when I had to get out of my apartment. So I had to get all my stuff. A broken leg. I had to get my friends to help me put all my stuff in here. I was really trying to take it to a third place. But, with the broken leg, there's nothing I can do. So I basically just got all that stuff over here. It's all packed up in this nice, small apartment. So, I got to at least get a boot on my foot. I'm about to order, the little scooter. It's going to be a rough 8 weeks, but you can't let things like this stop you. You got to put your foot in the sand and you got to dig deep. It was easy just to be on. That's why I'm telling myself the easy part was doing 75 hard. Now I got a broken leg. Now I kind of referred it, and my boy came over and we kicked it, and he said, but this is the lifestyle, and you have your lifestyle, and I want to inspire you to live your lifestyle, as thorough as possible, as authentic as possible. We ain't perfect over here. Everything ain't gonna be, never in a million years that I think I was gonna break my leg day 20 in the 75 hard, but life happens, and it's up to us to figure out who we are. Do we got that dog in us, or are we gonna keep going? Are we gonna let milestones and road blockage, are you gonna let that stop you? And I'm not gonna allow it to stop me. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, this is just gonna be laid back, press record, talk to you guys. I want you guys to, be able to express yourselves to me, what you guys are going through, some good advice, back, take my vitamins, drink my water, work out. So today, I'm making this video. I'm gonna make another video, but by the end of the day, I'm gonna get back on just, that vibration, because I don't want 8 weeks to go by and now I'm super skinny, I'm small, I haven't eaten, I didn't work out, and now I'm all the way back at square zero. Regardless of if I broke my leg or not, you know what? I got weights right here. That means we can start doing upper body, like take lemons, make lemonade, whatever the cards that you're dealt, play that hand as best as you possibly can. So that's the mindset you gotta have. That's the mindset we sticking to, and that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, I hope I can inspire you guys. Now, when I say, pick one thing to really do, now you guys really have to, because, if I can do this shit with one leg, if I can be Hoppy hopping around and getting shit done, man, y'all can do something. Y'all can definitely do something. And that's what this is all about. That's what this page is all about, is self-development, self-improvement, and just being vulnerable and being able to, grow throughout your comfort zone. So I love you guys. It's positivity, good vibes. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm keeping you guys updated on my situation, if I worked out or not, how positive, productive my day was. And, we at the beginning of the video, I want it to be, what's going on in the world. What's things that you want to talk about in the comments? Let me know. Is there something that you can give me, some advice? I went on Amazon the other day. I'm about to order a shower, you know, just certain little things. If you broke your leg and you can give me little tips or just life tips in general, please let me know. So we out. I love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Go follow my other platforms. Go follow my other page, my other channel. Peace. We out.